The parade is electrifying. The energy palpable, ecstatic folks caught up in the moment, celebrating Jesus who has been traveling through the whole region, speaking profound words that go straight to the heart, doing marvelous, unimaginable things, turning lives upside down, inviting everyone down a path that will change their lives, transforming entirely everything. It's easy in the moment to get caught up in the excitement, in the fun. Even this morning here at Fort Street, the palms, processing children, glorious music can make us think we are right there with Jesus, happy, enjoying the festivities, having fun, a spontaneous parade drawing in more and more people as it goes along, creating celebration along the way. A really, really, really good time. As Luke tells the story, in the midst of mounting trouble, Jesus doesn't drop back. In fact, he continues speaking out politically. He continues overturning the religious status quo, teaching in the temple daily, while all of the people hang on his every word. As leaders look for a way to kill Jesus, Jesus prepares to celebrate yet again with his disciples, making plans for the Feast of the Unleavened Bread, the high holy day of Passover, full of rich religious meaning and ritual, the meal that will become Jesus' last meal with his followers. As they led Jesus away, they seized Simon, a Cyrenian, who was just coming in from the fields, and forced him to carry the cross behind Jesus. A large crowd was following, many of them women, who were beating their breasts and wailing for him. At one point, Jesus turned to these women and said, "Daughters of Jerusalem, don't weep for me. Weep rather for yourselves and for your children." Two others were also led off with Jesus, criminals who were to be put to death. When they had reached the place called the Skull, they crucified Jesus there together with the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. And Jesus said, "Abba, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." Christ is risen, Christ is risen, Christ is risen indeed. Luke's gospel, women have always played a prominent place, always had a high role. While religious laws and societal norms held them back, silencing them, with Jesus, there was always a place of respect for women. They had accompanied Jesus just like the male disciples. They had supported and worked in Jesus' ministry. With Jesus' words, women discovered their worth, their equality as daughters of God, finding their voice and joining in Jesus' work for God's reign. And now, here they are to pay their last respects, say their final goodbye to the one who set them free, free to find their gifts, free to discover the holy work God had for them. In many ways, they are back in their traditional roles, caring for the body, doing what women do. Their newfound freedom hanging in jeopardy, dying with Jesus, perhaps dooming them again to silence. But things are about to change. As they stand at a loss over what to make of Jesus' missing body, puzzling over the situation, suddenly two amazing beings stand beside them. And the women are terrified, but they stay. As the two dazzling figures speak, Christ is risen. Remember what Jesus told you. Afraid? Yes. Skeptical? Probably. Then suddenly, the words of Jesus come back to them, almost as if he were right there with them, and terror gives way to courage and daring, skepticism to belief, and hope renewed.